So a lot of my friends are gone, but you just keep it moving, bro.
So how do you stay relevant? Because I know you working everywhere. That's why
Right.
I was surprised you came to work.
No,
with
you
me.
said this is Willie Lynch. When you said this is Willie Lynch, I said I'm going.
No, like you see that
That's what I said.
Mama, they rock with me, G. But go ahead, say
People have been passing your name around.
in a
They
good
said,
way.
yeah, oh, of course. I told you, man, nothing but love for Willie.
Oh man,
That's what they were saying. And that's a good thing, because in our black community, I looked it up, what is the crabs in the pot? That's not a reference to just black folks. That's been around way before black folks. And we use it as a reference when we talk to each other. And with black folks, we like crabs in the pot. Brother, that's been around forever. You're talking about people in general who don't see the light. You see the light. And when you can see the light, you'll never run into a wall. And that's the most important things about life, is knowing how to get around and maneuver, because everybody is different. And if they can, as we were speaking, program themselves to become more adaptable to people than just themselves and those who they hang out with.
that was deep. That was deep. That was one of them haiku moments. Like that was some deep shit, nigga. We need some bells or somebody with incense or something. This motherfucker. But so you've been in show business for years.
I've been in for years. I used to be in Vegas, so I used to hang out with Sugar Ray Leonard.
Did you have a residence? You ever do a residency?
No, I never have.
You just hosted all of this shit out there.
I do radio now in Vegas. I do the morning
word?
show in Vegas on 107.1 FM and 1400 AM. We call the Morning Squad with Spanky E and Hot Panda. We do the morning show at 7 AM.
What? Now I don't know if you. I think you got something going on with you. I see you. I see pictures floating around with you and
Right.
LeBron. What's up with that? With the king,
Well,
man.
I hang out with his mom and his uncle. They have a group called the Hall of Famers. They put me in a group called the Hall of Famers. And if people want to see the documentary, it's called Hall of Famers. That's with the S at the end. Hall of Famers, Season 2 with the number 2. LeBron James is the cover picture. So I was in Cleveland many years ago, and I ran into a brother named Fly Cry, who's a rapper, kind of local superstar rapper in Cleveland. And he does film documentaries with this, who was it? Liquid Raw. That was his production companies, him and a friend of his. And he asked, could he do some video? And we was talking. He wanted to interview me, and he said he was a rapper. And I thought that was cool. You know, he came to D.C., flew to D.C., and that meant a whole lot. He came to D.C., and he had a story within itself, man, on things that he did in his life that changed his life. So I remember the big time when LeBron, they had the All-Star game in Cleveland in 2022. Mm-hmm. And he told me to come. And his mother, Gloria, invited me to her fashion show. It was cold and snowy that day. And I went, and Uncle James, who's his uncle that he talks about all the time, that was his influence, showed him how to save money and everything. So I went and got to hang out with them, and in fact, they picked me up. They had like a SUV, and we were driving around, and they were actually filming the show with their production company, and I did an interview with him and Uncle James and Fly Cry. And then after the fashion show, LeBron walks up, and you don't see him a lot of pictures. Next minute, snap. Next minute, I said, what can I do for these guys? I knew a lot of people. So later on in life, they called, and BET was looking for me for the Rap City documentary. Mm-hmm. Rap City And he kept posting a lot of stuff on his Facebook about me.
Who, Bron?
No, Fly Cry.
Okay.
So then the BET reached out to him. Then they reached out. Then they found they found me. So what happened was I did the documentary. But before that, I did a show down in Myrtle Beach that I hosted called the I Love Seafood Festival. And I invited them to come out and rap on the show. And then Gloria came. His mother, LeBron's mother, came because he supports her brother, Uncle James. And it's been a big relationship. And then when LeBron was about to go over 50,000 points, they invited me again to the game. That was my first Lakers game.
Oh, you was there?
I was there.
Damn, man.
I was there sitting with Uncle James, Fly Cry, and Gloria. And then that's when I got to meet Bronny too. So we took the pictures, and so they have a little group called the James Gang. So I'm part of their little group called the James Gang.
Damn, man, you just plugged in with everybody.
No, well, you know what it is? Being true to yourself and being honest and understanding that bending cause somebody act a certain way. You can bend just enough where you can fit in, but then they understand that certain things they do, you just don't do.
Yeah.
Just give you your own respect. You know, it's like a person that drinks, right? And they act up and you tell them, and they still don't change their ways.
Yeah.
And then some dudes say, did I really act that way? Yes, you did. Some will make sure they drink and they'll try to cool it down no matter how loud. Some people just can't help it. Alcohol just takes them overboard. So I just try to get along with people, man. As long as you ain't trying to do nothing to hurt me or anybody, I'm good. You know, you don't get pulled over in the car time. All the shit is his. We could be able to speak for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Howard tells somebody, if you ride, you got a joint, please pull you over. Tell them it's your joint. They have the authority to say you can go. We don't go start pointing fingers. It's not mine. Be real.
So you made it all this way without snitching. I mean, because
There's nothing to snitch on.
Okay. He said, man, I don't know who shit that is.
I don't know. I don't. There's nothing to snitch on. You just, people, that's what I'm saying. You let people know that I got something that I don't need to get in trouble for. I don't need to get in trouble for. So just, you know, please give me the honor. Do it when I ain't around.
Yeah.
So I can talk about it.
That's facts.